Welcome to our channel. We will post videos every day. Please like, share and subscribe. This will help us make more content for you. Thank you. Me and my friend saw our own deaths in the future at the same time. Hopefully the title isn't confusing. Back in high school I have this friend, we will just call him Josh for the sake of the story. Josh and I were best friends and we always joked about how weird stuff would always happen around us when we were together, such as lights flickering, random people wanting to talk to us, things disappearing and reappearing. You get the idea. Well, one night we went on a double date, and after we got home to my house we decided to grab food from McDonald's. As we were walking out the door I felt this really weird feeling. It was like deja vu but felt very eerie. As I stopped right before walking out I saw a scene in my mind where I was driving in the car with my friend Josh and we got into a horrific accident and died. I remember it vividly. He was driving his white Mustang, I was in the passenger seat and we experienced a horrible car crash at an intersection about 3 minutes away and we both were dead at the scene. What's weird is I had stopped for probably 2 seconds but it felt like I just experienced this whole scene for about 15 to 20 seconds. I snapped back to it and then my friend Josh said, "Hey, I just had the weirdest feeling. I think if we go to McDonald's we're going to get in a car crash. I just saw a vision of something where we died." What gets even stranger is he's not a very emotional person, but he was tearing up when he told me. We both slowly closed the door, walked back to the couch and just sat down. We just sat there in silence for a good 5 minutes just looking off into the distance not knowing what the hell just happened. Has anyone had an experience where you think you avoided your death? Or saw your death?
Comments. I saw my death, I believe. I had a very vivid dream about being in a car with my husband on a twisty road and getting into an accident. We went to an in-between place, and I was wanting very much to go back to Earth or whatever, but my husband was like, "Nah girl, it's time." And he showed me an album of photos, but our kids were grown and I saw photos from our daughter's wedding. She's 10 now. He was trying to prove we'd lived a good life and it was okay, but I woke up feeling very uneasy.
I had something very similar happen to me when I was 18, and was just thinking about posting it on the sub since I just discovered it a couple days ago. I had a dream that a friend of mine and I were driving to get food, and as we came around a curve a car almost hit us, and as it passed by it flipped over and rolled a couple times. In the dream I was telling him about a dream I had where the same thing happened. A few days later we were driving on the road and I started to tell him this dream, and you can guess what happened. Everything was exactly the way it was in my dream to the point of the car flipping and slowly rolling over. The thing that pissed me off the most was that the driver took off and was never caught. I'm still in shock. I want to start by saying that I've never done drugs, have no history of mental illness, and I wasn't drinking at around 7:30 a.m. when this happened, nor had I the night before. I take the bus in the morning, and I wait at a pretty large outdoor terminal. Lots of people walk their dogs and walk around it in the morning by where I normally stand. 2 days ago, I saw a tall guy walking a dog that was a golden retriever type. That's not unusual. He was wearing a gray sweater and khakis and was tan in complexion. I looked away for a second, and it was like he and the dog had both paused. Weird, I thought, until the exact same man, just with a yellow Labrador instead, came walking down the hill. The two of their profiles lined up in front of my eyes about 7 feet in front of me, and they became the same person, with a Labrador being the dog that won out. I wouldn't have believed this happened and would have chalked it up to me being tired or something if the girl sitting there with me hadn't exchanged shocked glances with me. I also saw him with a lab today. It's really trippy. Comments. I've never posted this on this sub but I too saw something similar. I 100% believe you saw a glitch in the Matrix syncing up with itself and reloading. I was 15 going to my shift at the Moorestown Mall in New Jersey. I saw an old lady in a corny purple blazer with those 90s dots and zigzags in blue and yellow. Her twin walked swiftly behind her and they both stopped and bled into each other as they studied some mall flowers in those big cheesy pots. I think you genuinely saw a glitch.
My partner just glitched and it's freaking us out. Let me preface this by saying there has always been creepy shit happening around me and I have several stories of my dad's old house which myself and my siblings all agree is haunted as hell. I also had my dead best friend visit me twice which was nice. So this evening, my partner, 42 male, and I, 30 female, were upstairs sorting laundry, when his daughter, 17, called us downstairs as dinner was ready. I was heading down the stairs, my partner right behind me, literally 2 steps behind me. He did his usual thing of tickling the back of my neck as we walked. The bottom of our stairs is wooden, so you can hear when somebody steps onto it from the carpeted stairs. When we got to the bottom, my feet hit the floor as usual. I turned to ask him something and he wasn't there. He wasn't there. I totally froze for a second and looked up the stairs, and there he was. On the top step, pale and shaking. Asked him what just happened and he kept saying, I don't know, I was behind you, and before I hit the bottom, the next step took me back upstairs. We are very freaked out. Didn't say shit to our girl as she is already leery of this stuff, although he and I are somewhat used to it. I am trying to get the courage to leave my laptop recording audio overnight because there definitely is something weird happening. Edited to add. I was just talking to my partner about the jump while we were cleaning our bedroom, and the second he made a joke about spooks, a pop in our bedroom door and bathroom door just slammed shut one after the other. I'm chalking it up to our bedroom window being open a crack. I don't want to think of alternatives. I think I saw future me, and she saw me too. This happened yesterday, and it still makes me uncomfortable. I was at the train station, on my way back from work, when I saw a couple. What drew my attention was the fact that they were speaking my language, so I looked at them. The woman was built and looked exactly like me, and I don't have a very common appearance for the country I live in, but about a decade older, and the man was an aged carbon copy of my current boyfriend. But what really set my creepy radar off was the following: she had the tattoo I always wanted to get, exactly where I wanted to get it, and it's a very personal design only my best friend knows about, so not a common tattoo. He was speaking my native language with a very distinctive accent of his home country, which is similar but not the same as the way people from the country we live in speak my language. So, I looked at them when they were facing the other way, feeling extremely creeped out. It was then that the woman turned around and saw me, freezing instantly as if she had seen a ghost. Then I finally managed to look away and run towards the exit. I really feel like I'm going insane here. It was as if she/I remembered that exact moment, and knew exactly when and where to look for me. I didn't tell anyone because I don't want them to think I am completely nuts. Edit. Thank you all, I didn't think it would blow up like that. And most important, thank you for not suggesting that I'm crazy. Unfortunately, I'm not brave enough, but if I was, it would have been interesting to confront her.
Comments. Remind me in 10 years. Opie.
I don't know, maybe in 10 years, assuming Reddit still exists, I will be here ranting on how much I'm freaking out because I saw that weirdo of my 25 years old self while I was just minding my own business with my boyfriend.
Do you have a creepy story? Please share it with us in the comments and we will post it on the channel. Please subscribe. Thank you.